Okay, in this example, I have a population of scores or a population sample of scores where my scores are normally distributed, and my x bar is 100 and my standard deviation is 20. And I'm asked a few different questions about finding scores that are a certain number of standard deviations away from the mean. And so if I'm asked to find a standard deviation below the mean, the value that would be one standard deviation below the mean, what I would do is I'd take my value of my mean, my x bar, and I would subtract one standard deviation from that. Well, that works out to be 100 minus 20, and so my value here is 80. 3 standard deviations above the mean would be x bar plus 3 times s. And so that's going to be 100 plus 3 times 20, or 100 plus 60 is 160. And so basically it's just this 1.5 standard deviations is telling me 1.5 times my standard deviation value, and then add or subtract that to my mean value. And so in this case, well, what do I have? I have x bar, and then it's above the mean, so it's a plus, and then 1.5 times my standard deviation value. Well, that's going to be 100 plus 1.5 times 20, and so 20 times 1.5 is 30, so 100 plus 30 is 130. It'll be 100 plus 30 equals 130 would be my value for that. 160 would be my value for 2. And then half of a standard deviation below the mean would be x bar, and it's below the mean, so it'll be minus, and then 1/2 will be 0.5 times my standard deviation value. And so that's going to be 100 minus 0.5 times 20. So that'll be 100 minus 10 equals 90. I hope that helps with just a general adding or subtracting a certain number of standard deviations above or below our mean value.